Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today, as promised, I'm going to show you how we join up our granny squares. So when you're ready, let's get straight into it. Okay, so what you're going to need obviously is your granny squares. You want them the same size. And we're going to be working in the back loops only. You're going to need your tapestry needle and you're going to need some yarn the same color as the outer part of your squares. Okay, so I'm going to thread up our yarn. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure we get our two squares. Now, because there's a pattern in these, we have to make sure that the pattern is matching. So when we open it up, the pattern is sitting correctly. So put the two faces together, the right sides, make sure they are alongside. Now, what I find very useful to do is to get a stitch marker and just pop it into the corner of each of the squares, and that'll hold it together. So make sure you have the wrong side facing out on both sides, and if it's patterned, that the pattern is sitting correctly. Okay, so now as you see here, we have our two loops. So we're going to go up and into the corner, and we're only going to go into the back loops only. So remember this, they're both the wrong way around. So you're going into this loop here, skipping over that first loop, and the same in the second loop over the far side, and you're going straight in there. Have a good length of yarn on your needle, so then you're able to go all the way up the granny squares. So when you've gone through the first one, what you're going to do, again, remember, these are your two V's here. So that's the front, that will be your front loop, and this one here will be your back loop. Same over here. So it is turned in a little bit, so you've got this one here will be your front loop and this is your back loop. So you're going to go in underneath this first loop here, and then the same on the furthest loop away, and you're going to pull your yarn through. Same again, so in through both loops. You're going to do like a zigzag effect. So you're going to go in, up and through. Let me pull this one through. Okay, so now you're going to go in back over this way, then you're going to come back this one. You're going to zigzag the whole way up your stitches until you reach the corner. So again, in through that loop there, back loop and back loop only. So make sure you're always getting your back loops, so that way you don't see the stitching when we pull it all tight in the end. And make sure you're zigzagging, because if you don't zigzag, it can all bunch together. Okay, so again, just make sure you're finding that V, because sometimes with the granny squares they do twist in a little bit, so just be careful of that. Okay, I'm going to continue on right down to the end here. As you see, back loop and back loop. Make sure you're in line, and this is why it's important for the granny squares to be the same size, so your stitch count will be the same. Okay, so now I have got to our chain 4, or sorry, now I've reached our chain 2. We're still doing back loop and back loop, pull through. We can take out that stitch marker, and as you know here we only have a chain 2 on either side, but again just get that loop that is furthest away from you on both sides. Pull it through, and this is where you're going to see your little bit of magic now. So open it up, give it a little tug, make sure our stitches are good and tight, but not too tight, because if you get them too tight it's going to bunch it all together and it's going to look clumpy. So as you see, you can't really see where we're joining up. Okay, so now you want to join the other 2 squares. So again, you put them wrong side facing out. You're going to come off this, your first set that you've already sewn together. You're going to come through the 2 back loops. You're going to pull it up, and then again you're going to zigzag down through all the stitches and through the back loops only. Very important that you make sure you're only getting the back loops. So again, continue down to the end and I will meet you there. Just actually also to note, you don't have to pull the yarn fully through after each one. With this method you could pick up several stitches going back and forth, and then when you get closer, when you think you've got enough there without getting too many stitches, get 3 or 4 and then just pull the yarn through all them, and be careful when you're pulling it tight because you do not want to pull it again, as I said, too tight. Okay, so we've got our center line sewn together, and all we're going to do is repeat the process and sew the other side together. So again, you get your thread and you're going to go in through the back loops only here, all the way across, all the way down to the end, and then you will have one big joint square. So I'll let you work away down the center there. Make sure you get the right side because you don't want this side. Make sure you get where you've already joined the center. Okay, and we'll meet you when we get all this sewn in again. And there you have it, all 4 nicely sewn together. You have your invisible join going down through the center of the 2 of them, and this was the granny square we did in our previous lesson. And as I was saying in that lesson, with the pattern you get this nice tile effect, and you can build this out as much as you like and you'll get that lovely pattern on it. But it says all that's left to do, weave in these few ends. Important notes, make sure you keep going with that zigzag all the way through your joinings and keep a nice even tension, not too tight. Quick tip, use yarn from your outer round, it hides the seam completely. Shorten your yarn lengths, more control. Just a few little tips. If you found this tutorial helpful, please drop us a like, and I hope to see you in the next video, and until then, happy crocheting.